Hello, class. Our final stop on our tour takes us to Ocean City, Maryland. During this visit, we will be learning about the effects of human behavior on the landscape of Ocean City and other coastal areas. Just like water, wind, and moving ice, we are constantly changing and shaping Earth's surface, both positively and negatively. During our stay in Ocean City, we will investigate both sides of this ongoing relationship. Look at this picture of Ocean City in 1940. I'm going to show you a few more pictures of the same spot over time. What do you notice and wonder about these photos? There is more development or construction between each picture. For example, in the first picture from the 1940s, there was no parking lot at the inlet area, only beach. The parking lot was built between 1940 and 1965, which caused the size of the beach to be smaller at that area. But over time, there are more buildings and taller buildings. And there are more covered spaces, more paved spaces, less natural beach and sand, things like that. Can you tell whether or not the changes were caused by natural causes or by humans? Of the changes that were made by humans, do you think the changes were positive or negative for the landscape? What about for the ecosystem? Today for our investigation, we are going to make inferences about how erosion occurs on beaches and what happens to the sandy shoreline over time when ocean waves interact with it. Think about what you have learned about weathering and erosion, and try to guess how it can affect the beach. We're going to do a little experiment here today. We're going to take this sand, and we're going to take this water, and we're going to pretend that this is a beach shoreline. Let's empty our sand at the bottom of the ocean. And now, this is our shoreline. Let's bring the sand up, just like how a beach would. Now, usually, there's more sand at the top of the beach. So let's push some of this sand up some, make it look like we're somewhat in Ocean City. Now, we're going to take our water and we're going to pour it at the bottom as if it were the ocean. If you look closely, you can see the sand being pushed out into the shoreline, but it's also washing back into the ocean, but not as much sand as it is on the shoreline. How does your beach change over time? The action of the waves caused the beach to erode over time. The shoreline most likely was pushed back, and at the height of the beach, could have been reduced depending on the intensity of the waves. The waves most likely caused a change in the slope of the beach. The beach could be flatter or have a steeper cliff, depending on the intensity and the duration of the waves, and also how much water and sand were used. Beach erosion can have negative consequences for places like Ocean City, such as reducing the size of the beach or moving sand to change the landscape. Do you think that there's any way that beach erosion can be prevented or slowed down? Keep thinking about that until next time when we explore barrier islands. But until then, bye-bye.